Good evening. I'm meteorologist Danielle Moss with a weather impact update for you. Today is definitely one of those days where we are talking about a lot. So this is going to be a long live stream. So I hope that you are prepared. We're going to start with the tropics and the latest update that we have. Here it is. This is Hurricane Humberto. It is a Category 5 storm now with winds of 160 miles an hour. This update just came in at 5 p.m. It's moving west, northwest at around 10 miles an hour. So it is a very strong storm. It has definitely intensified very quickly. It was a Category 4 storm at the 2 p.m. update, and now we're looking at a Category 5 storm. Here is a look at it turning off into the Atlantic. Category 5 storm, very organized with pretty powerful high winds involved with it as well. As far as the track is concerned, this storm is still expected to stay away from the U.S., and that's the best news that we can give to you. However, we do have to keep an eye on it because as we continue to track Tropical Depression 9, we have to make sure these storms don't get too close together. So Tuesday is going to be a day that we have to keep our eye on it because it still could be a Category 4 storm overnight Tuesday going into Wednesday. But our real focus, the storm that we could be seeing some U.S. impacts from, is Tropical Depression 9. And that's the storm that right now, still a tropical depression, winds of 35 miles an hour, moving northwest at 6 miles an hour, we're keeping our eye on. We'll start with the spaghetti models. What are we seeing? As of right now, at least one of the models trying to have it curve back into Georgia, but that's just one of the models. All the rest of them are keeping them out into the Atlantic across the Gulf of the Carolinas, but we still have to watch out for one thing for sure. It does look like we're going to get some rainfall, but we'll get into that in a second. Let's take a look at it from our radar imagery right now. Still a depression. This is the latest update on it. Still 35 miles an hour winds. Still a little bit disorganized right now, so that's another reason. However, this could become a tropical storm later on tonight. So as we continue to put this into motion, here we go. Right as it gets into the Bahamas, which is tomorrow afternoon or a little bit earlier, we could be seeing that become a tropical storm. As of right now, the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center does just have it bumping against the coast of the Carolinas. Right now, last night we had one of these kind of curving it back into Georgia, but the latest update has it continuing to stay out of Georgia's reach. However, these model updates, these updates from the Hurricane Center, they've been going back and forth. So there's still a lot of uncertainty with this forecast. And it's something that we're going to continue to monitor on our end as well, not just relying on the National Hurricane Center. But it's very important, right? We're talking about a lot of rainfall that it could be happening along the coast. And you can already see that blue and that yellow, already tropical storm warnings issued for the Bahamas, Freeport, even portions of Florida going along West Palm Beach, even into right out along near Miami and along the Georgia coast as well. Going up towards Brunswick, that is a tropical storm watch right along the coast there. So continuing to watch this forecast, continuing to see exactly what's happening. One thing for certain is we'll get a little bit of rainfall from it. In fact, here's a look at our forecast track that we're continuing to monitor. It's updating just like all the rest of the models. It does look like by Monday evening, we could be seeing some pretty good rainfall in East Georgia from this system. Right now, just a tropical depression, but we are anticipating it to strengthen into at least a tropical storm, maybe even a Category 1 storm. But even from this forecast track, you can see how disorganized this storm looks like compared to Hurricane Humberto, which, you know, is a Category 5 storm right now. And if it holds on to strength by Monday, it could be a Category 4 storm. And as of right now, it looks like the energies aren't pulling together, which is great news. As of right now, we'll continue to watch that, but we are looking like this storm is still a little bit more disorganized. Even as we put this into motion by Tuesday, still bringing in some rainfall, but not anything that's too concerning as of right now. But it's not just when it goes along the coast, right? We have to see what happens after the storm continues to push off. We don't want it to curve back and bring any more rainfall. As of right now, the models are keeping it off the coast there. bring some pretty heavy rainfall Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to the Carolinas. Maybe some light rainfall Tuesday and Wednesday here into Georgia. Another factor that plays into how strong some of these storms are is the water. The water is very warm right now. Not only are we looking at very warm water into the Atlantic, but even into the Gulf. So if this storm does get close, the great news, 83 degrees. I know that's still hot, but 83 degrees compared to 86, that's a big difference when we're talking about storms. So hopefully that can continue. Here's what we know. Here's what we're still watching. We're going to talk about what we know first. Potential tropical, this is really now, tropical depression 9 likely becomes Imelda. That's just inevitable as of right now, at least a tropical storm. It's likely going to be near the Carolina coast. All models are saying that it's getting very close to the Carolinas. How much rainfall? That's still up in the air. We could be seeing some very heavy rain along the eastern Carolina coast and coastal Georgia as well. What we don't know is the track and the strength. It's still a lot of uncertainty right now, which makes our next forecast going to the next 7 days a little bit difficult as well. If we will have rain in North Georgia, that's a big question. It's looking a little bit more likely that we will be having some rainfall here in North Georgia, but it's something that we'll have to continue to watch. How much rain is really the question. Will we be getting some spotty showers? Potentially, but will we get a very big, heavy downpour? That's also a question. The timing and how much rain we're getting is the next big thing, the thing that all of us meteorologists are working hard to determine. Here's a look at your storm names. Once again, Humberto, now officially Category 5 storm. Imelda, up to discussion. We could be at least seeing it as a tropical storm that could be developing. Here's a look at our tropical outlook as of right now. What else are we anticipating? As of right now, it looks like things are holding on, at least in the Atlantic. But let's talk about our forecast locally. What can we anticipate? This is a look at what's happening right now on our radar. Some of us in North Georgia are already getting some spotty showers, some pretty heavy rainfall in East Georgia, and a few thunderstorms developing as well. Across North Georgia, down 75 into Calhoun, Gordon, Somerville, into Northwest Georgia, a few isolated showers. Here's a look into Echo Park Speedway. It's gorgeous out there. Plenty of sunshine, a few clouds. 87 degrees right now here in Metro Atlanta. Our high was 89, so it's been a hot day. We reached that high around 3 o'clock this afternoon. As far as current temperatures are concerned, we could be seeing highs near 84 in Marietta, 65 up in Clayton. That's cool, but that's because they're getting some rain. So you can see exactly who's getting rain, who's not. Thomaston at 86, no rain there. Definitely seeing a little bit of rain in Athens. I know that is the big game. That's what a lot of people are waiting to see what's been going on. We've been seeing isolated showers and thunderstorms all around Athens. But as of right now, things are still continuing to be okay. Here is a look into your forecast for tonight. What can we expect? Temperatures into the 70s for sure. There could be some light rain that could be developing right before kickoff. 7:15 is kickoff. 7:30 the game is going to be ongoing, but we could be seeing some light rain showers. So you're not quite in the clear, Athens, just yet. I know we're all anticipating it, but just make sure you have your poncho so that you are prepared. As far as our forecast track is concerned, for the rest of tonight, we have a few isolated showers, maybe a few clouds, but for the most part, most of us will be dry. For your Sunday morning forecast, it's going to be a really decent Sunday morning. Temperatures into the low 70s, very fall-like. 9 a.m., 70 degrees. By lunchtime, we're looking at temperatures near the mid to upper 70s. As far as your highs are concerned, we're looking at highs near 83 degrees here in Atlanta, 84 in Marietta, and 81 in Blairsville. Looking mostly dry for your Sunday, which is great. A few clouds will start to develop in the afternoon and evening hours. And as we track our forecast track, this is all just dry weather. Sunday's looking like one of the best days out of the next 7. If you have any outdoor plans that you need to do, Sunday's probably going to be your day to do it. Sunday evening looking very nice, very little cloud cover. We could be seeing an isolated shower. It just depends on how close our tropical storm, tropical depression gets to the coast and how fast it really develops. One thing for sure is those rain chances start to increase, and that's all thanks to what's happening in the tropics right now. So As we take a look into our long range forecast track, even going into your Monday, this is what I'm talking about on Monday afternoon, definitely seeing some increased cloud cover. Because of that, our temperatures will be cooler. Rain chances increasing just a little bit, maybe a 20% chance of rain for your Monday. But what we're seeing along the coast is definitely some rainfall, still a lot of disorganization as far as this forecast track is concerned, and that is going to limit some of that rain. And as of right now, the only thing, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, spotty showers and maybe a lot of cloud cover. This is our long range forecast track. You can kind of see it still very disorganized. I know it looks like a lot of heavy rainfall, but this is just that extended forecast. But we could be seeing some rain kind of sneaking over into Georgia, spotty showers at best, stronger storms, heavier rainfall staying into the Carolinas. But then as we continue to put it into motion, it looks like by Wednesday or Thursday, we could be seeing things kind of get better here in Georgia. But one thing that you can see from this forecast track is that looks a little bit more organized as it kind of churns right there along the coast of the Carolinas. One thing for sure that you need to know, we are monitoring tropical depression number 9. That's the best thing that I can tell you, that we're keeping our eye on it. We are monitoring it all the time, 24/7. And because of tropical depression number 9, our rain chances could be increasing, and we'll be seeing cooler weather as well, because that cloud cover is definitely going to be limiting how hot it's going to be. Today's been beautiful and sunny, and so that's how we saw that 89-degree temperature spike. But tomorrow's going to be a little bit different. We could be having some more clouds coming into the afternoon and evening hours, so we could be near 83, 84 degrees. That's where we should be for this time of the year. If we get more sunshine, sure, we could see those highs kind of into the mid to upper 80s once again, but we're looking at things a little bit more seasonable for Sunday. As we head throughout the rest of the week, this forecast still a little uncertain. One thing we do know, at least anticipate some spotty showers for your Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, even into your Thursday. Temperatures will be cooler as well because of that cloud cover that will be increasing as we head throughout the week. So that's the main thing that we're watching for. Hurricane Humberto still staying away from the U.S., but it is a Category 5 storm. So we're continuing to monitor that storm as well as tropical depression number 9, and we'll continue to bring you the latest update. For now, I'm meteorologist Danielle Moss. Here's a few radar loops so that you can track all of the weather on your own.